All right, Angelina, I've got a story for you today that it almost defies belief, honestly. I read this and I just shook my head. You won't believe what some people will do for a gram.
Oh, Henry, I'm already bracing myself. Is it another one of those influencer falls into fountain situations? Because those are a dime a dozen now, it feels like. Or did someone try to pet a wild animal for TikTok again?
No, no, much more dramatic. We're talking Southern California, beautiful scenic hiking area. Tourist decides, you know what, these safety barriers and warning signs, they're just suggestions. And he climbs over them, near a cliff edge, all for, wait for it, a better angle for social media.
A better angle. Oh, for crying out loud. Henry, I swear, the lengths people go to for a photo that, let's be honest, probably won't even get that many likes compared to the risk involved. So he climbed over, then what? Did he get the shot?
He got a shot all right, just not the one he intended. Witnesses told authorities he slipped on loose gravel and slid roughly 30 feet down a rocky embankment. 30 feet, he ended up stranded on a narrow ledge.
Oh my gosh. 30 feet down a rocky embankment? That's not just a slip and fall, that's a serious incident. I mean, my immediate thought would be, am I okay? Is anything broken? How do I get out of here? What was his first thought, do you think?
You'd think, right? You'd think that's the natural human response. But no, according to rescue crews, instead of calling emergency services immediately, the man reportedly tried to keep filming video updates for his followers, while dangling halfway down a hillside.
No. You've got to be kidding me. He was live streaming his own predicament? Instead of calling 911? This is next level. Like, hold on, let me just finish this Instagram story before I call for help because my audience needs to see this unfold live.
Exactly. It's like his priority system was completely inverted. He's literally in a life-threatening situation, and the first thing that comes to mind isn't safety or rescue, it's content. I mean, what does that say about where we are as a society right now?
It says we're in deep trouble, Henry. It really does. It's like the lines between reality and the curated online persona have blurred so much that people genuinely forget which one is the real one. They're more concerned with the perception of their life than the actual living of it, or in this case, the actual saving of it.
And the sheer audacity of it, right? To put yourself in that much danger, then to think, oh, this is great content. The rescuers must have just been shaking their heads. They had to spend over 2 hours using ropes and harnesses to get this guy out safely.
2 hours. Think about the resources, the manpower, the risk those firefighters and rescue personnel put themselves in. They're climbing down a rocky embankment using specialized equipment, all because someone ignored multiple warning signs for a selfie. It's incredibly frustrating for our emergency services, I imagine.
Absolutely. It diverts resources from actual emergencies where people genuinely need help and are not, live streaming their own folly. Officials said he suffered minor injuries, dehydration, bruises, and what doctors described as a severe case of main character syndrome.
Main character syndrome. Oh, I love that diagnosis. It's so apt. It perfectly encapsulates that belief that the world is your stage and every moment is about you for an audience, even when that moment involves you being a complete danger to yourself and others.
It really does. It's like they believe they're in an action movie, and nothing bad can really happen to the protagonist. Except in real life, gravity doesn't care about your follower count. And cliffs definitely aren't content creators, as authorities so eloquently put it.
That line is gold. Cliffs are not content creators, I'm going to remember that one. But it just shows this isn't an isolated incident, is it? We hear about these things more and more often. Park officials even stated that incidents involving risky selfies continue to rise every year.
That's the kicker, isn't it? It's not an anomaly. It's a trend. And it's disheartening. It makes you wonder, where did common sense go? Or as the article joked, common sense now comes with optional downloadable content.
Yeah, and it's a paid upgrade apparently. You know, I've seen people do some really risky things just to get a good photo, like standing in the middle of a busy road, or leaning out of a moving train, or even getting too close to wild animals. It's like the thrill of the danger is part of the appeal for the perfect shot.
It's an interesting psychological phenomenon, isn't it? This chase for virality, for that instant gratification of likes and comments. It overrides the very basic human instinct of self-preservation. You'd think the fear of falling 30 feet or worse would be a stronger motivator than, I need to impress my followers.
It's the illusion of safety, too. People see these influencers doing incredible, dangerous things, often with professional photographers and safety teams they don't disclose, and they think, oh, I can do that too, without understanding the immense risk or the behind-the-scenes precautions that might have been taken, if any.
That's a really good point. The curated reality. We only see the perfect, polished end product, not the 10 tries it took, or the stunt doubles, or the safety nets just out of frame. And for a regular person out in a real national park, there are no stunt doubles, there are no safety nets, just gravity and loose gravel.
Exactly. And the consequences are very real. I mean, this guy was lucky. Minor injuries, dehydration, bruises. It could have been so much worse. We've heard stories of people actually losing their lives for a selfie.
Tragically, yes, and that's what makes this story, while almost comical in its absurdity, also deeply concerning, because it highlights a very real danger. It's not just about one person making a bad decision, it's about a cultural shift where self-image and online validation sometimes overshadow everything else.
And the ripple effect too, Henry. It's not just the person in danger, it's the loved ones who worry, the rescue teams who put their own lives on the line, the park officials who have to deal with the aftermath, and the taxpayers who fund these operations. It's a collective burden.
Yeah, it's never just one person's choice. The costs, both financial and emotional, spread far wider than the individual seeking that better angle. You see these signs that say, "Don't feed the wildlife," or "Stay on the trail," and you think, who needs to be told this? But then you hear stories like this and you realize, apparently, a lot of people do.
It's like the fundamental understanding of risk has been warped. We're so accustomed to digital filters and undo buttons that we forget the real world doesn't have them. A slip off a cliff isn't something you can just delete and try again.
That's a powerful analogy, Angelina. The digital world has desensitized us to real-world consequences. I mean, I love a good photo as much as the next person. I appreciate beautiful scenery. But there's a huge difference between appreciating it from a safe vantage point and literally risking your life for a picture.
Absolutely. There's a way to capture the beauty without becoming part of the drama. Sometimes the best view is the one you get to enjoy with both feet safely on the ground, without having to call in a rescue helicopter, or, live stream your own potential demise.
Agreed. Maybe we need a new kind of warning sign. Your followers aren't going to rescue you. Call 911 first, then maybe post an update after you're safe.
I think that's excellent advice, Henry. Or even better, enjoy the moment. It doesn't always need to be shared, just experienced. Because some moments, especially those on the edge of a cliff, are best kept private, and certainly not broadcast live. Let's all prioritize our safety and the safety of our rescuers over likes, okay?
Couldn't agree more, Angelina. Let's all remember that common sense is free, and it doesn't require any downloadable content. Stay safe out there, everyone.
Indeed. And huge thanks to all those incredible rescue teams who consistently put themselves in harm's way to help others, even when those others have made questionable life choices for a selfie. You guys are the real heroes.